that. One woman who didn't stay at home, and is chronologically the first case in Ireland's Vanishing Triangle, that was Annie McCarrick. Annie was the daughter of Irish parents, but she herself was actually born and raised on Long Island, New York. Her parents had emigrated to the city of Bayport, right in the middle on the south shore of Long Island. And this city was home to a lot of Irish people when she was there. So Annie, an Irish American growing up surrounded by other Irish people, it would only make sense that one day, one of those days, lads, she's gonna want to get home and see the motherland, or fatherland, I don't know how to decide that, whatever, one of them. So it was in 1987, she actually made the trek across the Atlantic and she arrived back in Ireland. This was part of a school tour, on a school trip, and she was there. She head over heels. She absolutely fell in love with the country, and when she went back to America after this little school tour vacation thing, she literally told her parents, like, that's me. That's where I'm going. See you later.
It's so stupid looking at this camera. I'll look at you instead.
She first moved kind of permanently to Ireland in 1988, a year after she finished school. She went to study in St. Pat's in Drumcondra, and then the other St. Pat's in Maynooth. She was studying to be a teacher. A lot of people who want to be teachers in Ireland, they go to those schools, like my own mother did. At one point she did return to New York just to kind of finish up her education, but it was in 1992 that Annie finally said, Sinead, I'm moving there, and sure, why would you? She wanted to be a teacher here, and nothing would stop her. She left New York City for the last time in January of 1993, and she settled in Sandymount, south side of Dublin. And she already had a big gang of mates here from her previous time studying, so she was kind of good to go. She settled in right away. The day before Annie vanished was the 25th of March 1993. This was about 2 months after she had moved over. That day, Annie was working. She was still studying, to be a teacher, so she had a part-time job in a cafe. Apparently she was well loved. Everybody loved this very sweet American girl who was working in this cafe. Then that evening, she went to a friend's place on CCTV. She then went home back to her own apartment. She rang up a friend asking if this friend would go for a walk with her in Enniskerry, but the friend couldn't make it. They would usually go for walks together, but this friend had injured their ankle. So Annie would be going alone, and so she went alone. She was seen getting the bus. She was actually seen by multiple people that day. But somewhere in Enniskerry on this walk, just vanished. What the walk was, what her exact route was, we kind of still don't really know. Now, one possible sighting of Annie was at a pub called Johnny Fox's. It's actually a pretty well-known pub. Apparently, it's the highest pub in Ireland. Now, it's a good bit from Enniskerry. It'd probably be about 40 minutes to an hour walk from where she said she was going. But the doorman at this pub said he thought she came in. He said it was an American. He said he looked like her. He couldn't be 100% sure, but it's kind of widely believed that it was her. That she came in, he stopped her at the door and said, there's a cover charge that particular night, so she said, oh, sorry. And then a man